welcome to NASA Edge with Chris and Blair.
An inside and outside look at all things NASA.
Hey, we're right here at the Second Space Exploration Conference right here in Houston, Texas.
Yes, and Franklin is here too, not at the conference, but here in town on assignment.
And this is a great time because we have a lot of cool exhibits behind us.
It's good. It's great out there. I mean, we're going to take, obviously, the audience out through the exhibit area, but it's some fascinating stuff. I can't wait to get my hands on all these cool devices and gadgets and everything.
We'll be careful. This is an exhibit. There's a lot of cool models. There's a lot of cool hardware, but keep your hands off.
Oh, well, I'm telling you, man.
You never know what you could do.
I can handle it. I'll be good.
Okay,
I'll be good.
We'll see. We'll make sure. And we're going to be interviewing some people.
Sure. All kinds of people.
I see astronaut suits. I see robots out there. I see
exhibits. Great.
Models, some cool videos out there. Mm-hmm. And so we get a chance. Let's go around and we're going to talk to some people.
Oh, I'm lining up people left and right. As we speak, people are waiting to be interviewed by me. I've done the groundwork. I'm a geek about space stuff. It's going to be exciting.
Well, you're a good interviewer?
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, sure. Why not?
Well, I think you're just about as good as interviewing as you are as a scratch golfer. So
nice.
Let's have a little. We have a little friendly wager.
Okay.
And what we'll do is we're going to go out and
the
we're
NASA
going
Edge skins game.
Yes, we're going to go out and interview some engineers and managers about their exhibit. Talk about the exhibits and what they do, and
with the new NASA vision.
Especially when we look at the new lunar architecture. We're going back to the moon, 2018
for a permanent outpost.
So
very excited.
Yeah, lunar outpost.
Sure.
And so we'll have a little wager. We're going to go out and let's see how many quality interviews you can get. Because what I want you to do is I want you to become more instead of the outside, I want you to become more inside.
Oh, well, thank you, Chris.
And see if you can learn about the vision for space exploration.
I'll know the vision by the time we're done, and I'll have more interviews than you will. That's the bet.
Right. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that, and then.
Good news! Got to remember to tell everybody we are also announcing the winners
of the NASA's 21st Century Explorer podcast competition.
Podcast.
We're going to be announcing the first, second, and third place winners.
Perfect.
Which the people who are attending this conference are actually the final judges.
Yeah, with the little keypads, they get to vote right in the
auditorium. It's like little Nintendo keypads.
It's all. Yeah, don't say that.
Right.
I'm distracted.
Right.
I'll have to. Yeah. Okay.
And then also too the People's Choice Award for people around the country. This is today, the last day of the vote. So we're going to tabulate those scores at the end of the day.
Yeah, and get ready for interviews.
And this is NASA Edge.
An inside and outside look at all things NASA.
Okay.
Plus, I got to brush my teeth. Okay, I'll say it. I'm Chris.
Who are you?
I'm Blair with NASA Edge, and we're here with Chris. Sorry about that. You look just like Chris.
Chris, I do.
Yeah, okay.
I do.
All right.
We're here with Dan and Jimmy with the Human Research Program, and guys, what do you have behind us?
Well, what we have here is a lightweight trauma module, and basically what that means is it's monitor a lot of things that you would normally see in a hospital. So say, for instance, you go to a hospital and you'd have all these different pieces of equipment that would be monitoring a patient. Well, we've combined all those different pieces of equipment into one box.
Could this possibly be used on the moon when we eventually go back in 2018?
Definitely. It's that's the whole idea behind it, is to be able to use this not just on the moon, but also ISS, anywhere that medicine would be required for astronauts as we start moving away from Earth.
This is the actual suits that they're actually going to wear, like I said, for launch and entry. And it's actually really important during an egress situation. The suit's actually designed to pressurize or inflate to keep the crew members or the astronauts alive during high altitudes.
This is the suit that they wear on launch and re-entry. Okay.
Launch and re-entry.
Wonderful.
On top of the suit, they're actually going to wear their parachute harness.
Okay.
And it attaches on these connectors here to their parachute. So when they get out, it's already attached.
Now, how does this work in space?
Actually, when they get out, they're not going to be in space. They're just going to be at high altitudes.
Okay.
So this is only for egress purposes or emergency escape.
Absolutely. Well, how did you get involved in with USA?
I was 5 years in the military. I was in the Air Force.
Oh, wonderful.
And I actually worked pressure suits in the Air Force, and so that was just kind of a neat transition and an easy transition to go into NASA or United Space Alliance.
Now, would you ever want to become an astronaut?
I would like to, but a lot of education's involved, and so we'll see.
Oh, wonderful.
We'll see
Well, Carlson, I want to thank you for helping us out, and I want to thank you for serving our country.
Hi, Blair Allen from NASA Edge.
Hi.
I'm checking out this suit. This is incredible. What can you tell me about this? Is this the latest spacesuit you have?
This is our latest lunar prototype suit. It's a walking suit designed to be very lightweight, be modular in design, and it has a rear entry door, and that's how you enter. You jump in from the back.
Now, how many people would it take to get someone fully outfitted and ready to go out on the town in one of your spacesuits?
Interestingly enough, the waist entry is a little bit more cumbersome. It normally takes 2 to 3 people, a rear entry door. We've actually demonstrated the ability to do it on your own. Jump in, close the door behind you, lock, and go ahead and pressurize.
Now we're talking about going back to the moon. So is this one of those suits that you could actually use to do all your work, everything on the moon?
Absolutely. We've designed this system to be very lightweight, be very mobile. So there's not a whole lot that you can't do with this suit that you can't do outside a spacesuit.
Now, what's this garment here behind there?
What this is actually the current liquid cooling garment that is used in the current spacesuit that's used to build space station and flying the space shuttle. And it has about 300 feet of tubing, and water is circulated through it to keep your body temperature regulated.
That is the most happening set of PJs I've ever seen, I've got to tell you.
It definitely is a necessity inside the suit to keep your temperature regulated.
Now, be honest with me. When you guys are around the lab, do you ever just put those on for just fun and comfort?
Sure. Actually, it is quite comfortable.
Is there any way possible, and being completely honest with me, do I have a shot? Can I ride on Orion?
Hey, you doing with the microphone?
Well,
I'm getting ready for an interview.
Well, I'm still doing some interview. I tell you what, let's go to Franklin, and then we'll do rock, paper, scissors, and whoever honestly wins that gets the next interview.
All right, good.
All right.
You're watching NASA Edge.
Yes, and Franklin, who's not here with us at the convention, is here in Houston. So, Franklin, how are you doing?
Thanks, Blair. I'm here in front of the Space Exploration Trailer, which is in front of Space Center Houston, which is beside the Johnson Space Center, and we're here to do another ESA. So, citizens of Houston, we have liftoff. What is NASA's mission?
Go ahead. I'm gonna let him answer. He's the Discovery Channel watch. The vision for space exploration is to return to the moon and to go to Mars and also beyond, and to finish the International Space Station and return to flight, which we've already done.
Let me ask you one thing. Did I ask you about the vision or the mission?
Well, NASA's mission is to learn about space.
Space exploration? To explore space, like the Star Trek theme song?
Go where no man has gone before.
I'm embarrassed.
What is the name of the Earth's moon?
The name of the Earth's moon?
It's just the moon?
Moon. That would be the moon.
Is that a trick question, or is it just moon?
The moon?
I have to agree with him on that. I could be wrong.
Good job.
Or the Roman, or okay, that's fine. We'll stick with Luna then.
I just call it lunar. I'm not sure exactly what the actual name is of it.
Luna?
I have no idea.
Who was the first person to travel at the speed of light?
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know.
Is it Armstrong?
Oh, you're thinking about Neil Armstrong then.
Not the first person out on the moon. First person to travel at the speed of light.
John Glenn?
It starts with a Y.
So maybe not Chuck Yeager, or...
I see him on TV all the time, and he drives race cars.
I wouldn't know that one. I'm sorry. No.
Erica does not know the first person to travel at the speed of light. Good, because no one has ever traveled at the speed of light.
That's a trick question.
Daddy did good, babies.
No one. Because to do it, according to Einstein, you would go back in time, wouldn't you?
No person has yet done that.
Speed of light we haven't done yet.
Theory of relativity, wouldn't you go back? If you would travel the speed of light, you would go back in time?
I majored in liberal arts.
Are we talking about metaphysically, or are we talking about physically?
I think it was God, if you ask me.
If you travel at or beyond the speed of light, you say?
1, 2, 3.
Boom.
Again. 1, 2, 3.
Oh! Thank you. I will give it to you right back. Hey, let's see if Blair can get an interview with Heather Paul. Hey, Heather, how you doing?
Hi,
Long time no see.
Good to see you.
Hey, could you just interview us for a couple minutes on NASA Edge?
Sure, why not?
Wonderful. How's the conference going?
It's going awesome.
So what are you here for?
I was here to do a spacesuit demonstration.
Oh, you got your suit with you?
I do, but I had to pack it and put it in the car.
Oh, jeez. So what's going on with the latest spacesuit technology?
Well, we have a lot of things going on. We're looking at the spacesuit garment itself in terms of material layers. We're looking at all the different parts of the backpack that keep our astronauts alive when they're walking in space. We're looking at boots and gloves, helmets, pretty much everything that you see on the spacesuit right now. We're investigating new methods on how to make it better.
So have you come up with the next generation underoos?
You know, that is my next task, and in fact, that's what I need to get back for today.
Oh, wonderful. Well, maybe we can interview you sometime back at the office and to learn more about spacesuit technology.
Sounds good. You know, you may have to model the spacesuit underoos for the camera and for the audience.
Maybe we'll get Blair, my goofy sidekick, to do that. How about that?
Sounds good. I think that's fair.
Hey, have a great day.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Right behind me is a possible lunar habitat that's cylindrical in shape. Oh, we have our co-host coming over here. Hey, Blair.
Have you seen NASA's new porta-john?
Hey, we're with Steve Cook here. How you doing, Steve?
Hey, I'm doing great. But you know, there's this little short redheaded guy running around, same kind of shirt. Will you tell him to keep his hands off my model?
I'll make sure I do that. I apologize about that.
Great. No problem, no problem.
So what do we got here?
Hey, we've got a model of the Ares 1. This is our new crew launch vehicle that we're developing right now in NASA. Sure. This is a cutaway view. The Ares 1 is going to be 320 feet tall.
Okay.
All right, and this is lying here on its side. Obviously, it'd be vertical for flight.
Right.
It's based. The first stage is based on the current shuttle solid rocket booster, the two big white boosters on the side, except it has an extra fifth segment in the middle. But it uses a solid propulsion type vehicle. Okay. And you have a recovery system, parachute in the forward end, so we can recover this after the second flight. And then we have an upper stage which is powered by liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. And the engine is a derivative of the old Saturn Apollo J2 called the J2X, about 280,000 pounds of thrust. All right, and it powers and takes the Orion spacecraft to low Earth orbit. And so that is the first piece of our overall Ares family, Ares 1 and Ares 5.
Now, are we going to have another vehicle that will take some hardware to the moon eventually when we go there?
Yeah, this along with its partner Ares 5, which is the very large cargo launch vehicle, which can launch about 6 times what this vehicle can do, will work together in tandem. It'll take the cargo up, whereas this takes the crew up.
Oh, great. Well, I want to thank you very much, Steve, for your time. We appreciate it. And you're watching NASA Edge with Kristen Blair, an inside and outside look at all things NASA.
And this announcement has been approved by Steve Cook.
You ready? Okay, all right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, all right. Hey, I'm Blair Allen from NASA Edge. This is a really cool-looking booth here. Is this some sort of tanning booth situation here? What do we got here?
Well, yes, Blair, it is. It's to tan to make your complexion much brighter.
Does this look good?
Yeah, it is. You've got this blue.
Does this look good?
Haze. I know. We test this one. Oh, that was the best.
Oh, then hey, well, let's do the interview right here. We're here with NASA Edge. Yes, I need to ask you a few questions. Can you tell us what NASA's vision is?
NASA's vision is to go to the moon, Mars, and beyond. We've captured the flight.
I have to interrupt you, okay? See, because from now on, my new pitch is that we're going to the moon, Mars, and beyond. See, that way we emphasize moon until we get there, and then it's the moon, Mars, and then beyond. Okay? All right? You don't have to do that, really. I'm just... All right. Let's start again. Okay, I'm Blair with NASA Edge, and we're talking to Christina. And can you tell us what the vision for NASA is?
We're going back to the moon, Mars, and beyond.
Perfect. See, that's perfect. Yes, we're taking a look at the old LIM model here. This was the original model used to land on the moon.
Hey, wouldn't this be cool to get this to Franklin for his Ken and Barbie camper set?
Yeah, he'd love that. Especially, we have an extra module for all the Barbie shoes, because he's got all those, too. Okay, so what you're saying is, when I get back to the studio and I start to do some more work with Chris, I should light him in blue light. because he's very.
Does he make you go to sleep?
No, he's lazy. He doesn't work real hard. He's difficult. So if we use that, maybe it'll bring his energy up.
It'll definitely jazz him up. Yeah.
Then can we order some of your blue light for our studio?
Not yet. But
soon.
I can put you in touch with Dr. Seisler and Brainerd, and maybe they can.
Well, I will have to get in touch with them. This is perfect. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. And again, you're with?
I'm with the National Space Biomedical Research Institute, and we have a cooperative agreement with NASA, so we are NASA partners.
We love cooperation.
Yeah.
And
well, we're going to take a lot of cooperation to get everybody to the moon and Mars.
That's right. And as NASA Edge members, we definitely want to cooperate with you and everybody else.
You're our favorite NASA show, and I mean, we like you a little better than Chris, but.
That's great. That's cooperation.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank the Academy for your consideration, support over the last few years in getting our show up and running. We plan to give you many more episodes, humorous, entertaining, and insightful look at all things NASA. And, look at my co-host. He's a valuable member of the team. Please consider him in the future. But again, I'd like to thank you and everyone else for your continued unending support. Thank you.
Kathy.
Hey, Chris.
Hey. Thanks a lot for making Blair feel special.
Well, I know he needs it. So.
He's actually the one who needs the blue light, not me.
Yes, I know.
I appreciate that.
Anything to do to, boost his esteem.
Thank you. I'll call you later.
All right,
Thanks. Bye.
And here with Chris. And Chris, who's your buddy here?
This is Robonaut. It's a space robot. We're designed to do the kinds of things in orbit and on the planetary surface that an astronaut might do without the risk of putting a human in harm's way.
Now, I noticed he has sort of like a body here plus with wheels. Is it?
Excuse me.
Can we get security over here?
Okay.
Yeah. What was the question?
Oh, the question was, I noticed he's sort of like a moon buggy with a robot.
This is a recent, and actually Centaur is the name of the configuration that we have here. The base that that got on here is a recent addition. We added this summer and took it out to Arizona to do a field test.
Now, is this an autonomous robot? Is this being controlled by someone from another place, or is there?
Right now, it's being controlled by Mike Goza over here in the headset and gloves.
Now, what are his capabilities with his hands? I notice he's moving here, and he's pretty dexterous with his fingers. What's his capabilities?
The hand has 12 degrees of freedom, which means it can move 12 different individual ways.
Now we're going back to the moon around 2018, and those 4 lucky astronauts are going to be going there. They're going to be developing lunar colonies and lunar outposts. Would Robonaut be a type of robot that could be used on the lunar surface?
Absolutely. We would love to have a Robonaut up there with them, helping them out, doing the kinds of things that they don't want to do, or that, to give an extra set of hands.
Right. No, Blair looks kind of like Ultraman, doesn't he? Remember Ultraman?
No.
Oh, wrong time.
Very impressive, Chris, but I thought they would be a little bit bigger than this.
My goofy sidekick could fit one of these.
Honey, they shrunk the astronauts. Yes, and we're here with Julie looking at Athlete, and she's going to tell us all about it. What can you tell us?
Well, Athlete is an all-purpose utility robot for the moon. It carries, it drills, it scoops, it picks stuff up, it sets stuff down, it carries stuff around. It does whatever you need it to do.
Oh, well, that sounds like perfect for me because I can't do any of those things well. Athlete, I see, is an acronym?
It is. It stands for All-Terrain Hex-Limbed Extraterrestrial Explorer.
I thought it was just because it was athletic.
That's why we like the acronym, because it kind of gives the idea that Athlete can do a lot of different things well, and it really is very multifunctional.
Oh, okay, folks, what we have here is Julie carefully working with Athlete. She is going to use one of its dexterous arms, not as dexterous as Robonaut, not to be confused, but she is going to attempt to pick up the moon. Be careful not to grab the Shackleton crater. That's where we're hoping to establish a permanent outpost on Mars. On the moon, sorry. Thank you. I appreciate that. But be careful. It is our one and only moon. Luna, just for the record. That's right. We do have contact. Mission control. We've touched the moon. Okay, folks, this is a big moment. Stand by. I feel like I'm at a golf tournament. Oh, we have liftoff. Oh, wow, that's great. Very impressive. Check it out. Chris is doing a Q&A with the astronauts and some kids from local schools, but that's not going to count toward our interview competition. Take a look.
Air in space?
Why is there no air in space?
So if you drop something, you know where to find it.
Patience, because that allows you to communications on and off.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, so Blair, have you learned what NASA's vision for space exploration is?
Oh, yeah, I've got it now, dude. You want to hear it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, well.
Let's see what you learned.
As we all know, the vision for space exploration calls for humans to return to the moon, paving the way for eventual journeys to Mars and beyond. The fundamental goal, remember, of this vision is to advance the U.S. scientific, security, and economic decisions about other destinations for human exploration. And finally, of course, we want to promote international and commercial participation in exploration to advance U.S. scientific, security, and economic interests. It's really quite simple.
I gotta tell you, Blair, that's pretty good. That you talked as if you were on the inside of NASA.
Well, I want to be on the inside like you.
Hey, we're back on NASA Edge.
An inside and outside look at all things NASA.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm exhausted.
My feet hurt.
What a wonderful 2 days.
It's been great, though. It really has,
Had some great interviews.
Yes.
And I gotta tell you, I was impressed.
I struggled. I got to be honest, it was more challenging than I need media training. I need to go to interview school or something.
Well, I really liked your interview with the athlete and with
that was fun.
With the suit, the
that
new
was
suit
fun.
from ILC
yes.
Dover.
Yes. So I did get some things done. Yes.
Well, I don't know how you got rejected by Heather in the interview.
It was like getting a prom date. It was terrible. I had flashbacks.
But I had to concede and say, look, you did a great job.
Oh, thanks.
I'll let you win the bet this time. You did a great job. You actually learned a little bit about the vision for space exploration, even though you kind of played a joke on me and read off the board.
I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it.
But that means you want to be on the inside.
Yes, I do want to be on the inside. It's very important to me.
And someone told me, I think I saw Steve Cook letting you know, some redhead was going around touching the rocket. I'm assuming it's you.
Some guy grabbed me. I thought it was Thomas back at the center, and no, it was this guy Dale from Marshall, and he jacked me. I didn't touch another model after that. Trust me, it was deadly.
That's good. I'm glad you listened to him.
Security is great here at the Second Space Exploration Conference.
But before we sign off, we're going to go upstairs.
Oh yeah,
and we're going to check out the results of the podcast winners, and then we'll announce that a little bit later.
Perfect.
But we're going to sign off here from our desk in
the Second Space Exploration Conference.
And next year, hopefully, we'll be in Long Beach, California.
Long Beach, which would be great. I'll have to bring suntan lotion.
And hopefully by then you will be completely on the inside.
I will have the vision down solid. No problem.
Well, thank you for joining us on this episode of NASA Edge, and we'll see you pretty soon.
Yeah, an inside and outside look. Well, let me amend that. An almost inside and inside look at all things NASA.
Hey,
at least for today.
Have a great day.
I'd like to thank Victoria and Debbie and Derek, who you see Derek running around trying to keep everything running smoothly. Thank also the team on our NASA side. So as a team, they've done a tremendous job. Let's have a big round of applause for everybody who's brought off this tremendous conference.
Benefit your life in the future. You know the drill. Call back in the next 60 seconds to win a new computer.
Hey, Jack.
How will space exploration benefit your life in the future? In a word, discovery. We have so many questions we need answered. Then we better find a way.
Hi, I'm Jordan Urbeck. Some people question whether space travel is really necessary, yet I don't know anyone who would want high-quality medical care for their families.
Wilson Sporting & Company wanted to make the best golf ball surface. The best golf ball surface would make the ball's flight more accurate and longer.
To go where no person has gone before.
This is how NASA will benefit us. The future.
And we're back with NASA Edge.
An inside and outside look at all things NASA.
It's great to be back in the studio and watch all the podcast winners over and over again. I never get tired of this stuff.
Awesome job.
It's great stuff.
Did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, and in fact, as a special, we have online Victor, who won the People's Choice Award and also first place in the video category for 15 to 18-year-olds.
Hey, congratulations, Victor, on a job well done.
Congratulations. Awesome job.
Thank you very much. I had a real good time making it.
Well, I tell you, it was great to be down in Houston and actually see them present your podcast on the big screen, and just to see the votes and find out that you won. You did an excellent job.
And as the first time for the competition, he's a double winner.
Yeah,
People's
double
Choice
winner.
and first place in 1518 videos.
In fact, setting the bar quite high. Going to be very difficult for people to meet your standards.
Hey, Victor, I got a question for you. How did you hear about the 21st Century Explorer podcast competition?
Oh, well, I actually heard about it from my mom. She sent me this email one day, and I really didn't know what it was. It had a bunch of stuff about NASA, and she knew that I was interested in the engineering program and aeronautical science and everything. And I scrolled down, and I saw a section about video. And she also knows that I'm in a radio television class at my high school.
Oh, wonderful!
And you showed it in your podcast because it was very well done.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw the link there, and I went ahead and clicked on it, and I saw it, and made my video, and it was a lot of fun.
Do you do your own podcast regularly, or was this a brand new thing for you, or do you do this kind of thing all the time?
What I usually do is at school, like I said, I was in a radio television thing, and we actually put together a monthly newscast out, and we're responsible for one story every month. And so I do one newscast story every single month, and every time I do that, I try and post it up on my website. And through there, using iWeb on my computer.
Well, hopefully you'll enter next year's the second annual 21st Century Explorer podcast competition, which will be better than ever.
Right, and there'll be different questions. Can't submit your entry this year.
Absolutely.
So just get your gear ready, and you'll be hearing more about it in the future, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, tell your friends. It'll be a great competition. And again, we just want to say congratulations.
Job well done.
You did a fabulous job, and we look forward to seeing you sometime when we come down to Houston.
I do too.
Hey, and have a great school year, and we'll keep in touch.
Well, thank you very much. I enjoyed being on the show.
Thanks, Victor.
All right, have a great day.
It's just great to have a conversation with a kid so young and so enthusiastic about, NASA and all this technology, and he really put it all together, brought it up for a nice product.
And I even thought that if God forbid, if you ever were sick, I just might call Victor and see if he could fill in for you as a co-host of NASA Edge.
That's crazy talk. Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll go down there and maybe do a little interview with him.
I'm sure Victor would understand and not try to usurp me in any way in my tentative position in the show.
Well, we've come to a close for another NASA Edge show.
Yep, and we want to thank not only Victor but all the people that joined in the competition, sent in their entries, and participated. It was great, and just look forward to the competition next year.
Absolutely, and just want to let our audience know that if you ever see a redhead coming into your facility, don't let them touch your models because they just might be destroyed.
I'll never live that down.
Hey, you're watching NASA Edge.
An inside and outside look of all things. Golly, how do I blow the line?
That's sad.
That's terrible.
An inside and outside look at all things NASA. Have a great day.
Yep.